Over the past few years, I've really fallen out of love with The Sims 4. Every time I started a new household or save file, I'd drop it within a few days or even just a few hours. But recently, everything's changed. I've been experimenting with a new playstyle that's completely reignited my excitement for the game. And the real game changer has been a Notion template I created to help me track my Sims, gameplay ideas, and household progress. This template, in combination with my new playstyle, has helped me feel exponentially more connected to my Sims and to actually stick with my save file. So today I'm going to break all of this down for you and hopefully show you how it might be able to help you to also fall back in love with The Sims 4. But first, my name is Yasmin and my mission is to help you find meaningful and fulfilling moments in your favorite cozy life sim games. And if you've ever felt stuck, uninspired, or overwhelmed with your Sims 4 gameplay, this video is for you, so let's get into it. So if you're new to my channel, the playstyle that I've adopted in The Sims 4 over the last few months all surrounds playing in one save file, which I have called my forever world. This concept has come from our friends over in the Minecraft community, and like the name suggests, a forever world means that you stick to one save file forever. No matter what new packs come out or updates drop, you keep adding to this one world. It grows with you over time. Of course, this is The Sims 4 that we're talking about, so you'll want to back up your save regularly using the save as function, just in case something gets corrupted, because you do not want to be losing all of this amazing progress that you're making along the way. But aside from that, this playstyle has completely transformed how I experience the game. I want to say here that this is not a super revolutionary concept by any means. From the videos that I've made previously, I've had plenty of players note how this is how they've been playing for years. But for me, I'd got into the habit of constantly wanting that fresh start feeling in The Sims 4, which meant that I was always making new save files, which were obviously quite bland and stale after the game has been out for so long. Although I wanted to put the time into making each new save feel compelling and full of life, I would get overwhelmed by the idea of sprucing up a neighborhood and adding new lore and stuff like that, and I'd ultimately drop the game for the 200th time pretty quickly. But in my forever world, there's no rush. I know that I'll add depth and detail over time, and that makes the whole process feel much more fun, relaxing, and rewarding. I've even just been playing in the one starter neighborhood in Willow Creek and rotating between the 4 households there, and I now feel such a huge craving to play the game whenever I can. If you've also been stuck or uninspired in your gameplay, this might be exactly what you need too. Playing rotationally between multiple households where you're constantly switching between different gameplay focuses, storylines, etc. does present its own set of challenges though. For a quick rundown of my current active households, right now I'm playing with Cassandra Goth, who I've aged up into a young adult and moved into the science career. There's been a lot of drama with the family and I have so many ideas for side quests to do with her, like completing the Strangerville mystery for the first time, opening a snake oil stand in our front garden, and eventually meeting an alien lover. I've also got Bert Pancakes, who's Bob Pancakes' more outgoing and charismatic brother. He's running a waffle stall while navigating his complex relationship with Bob and Eliza. We've got Summer Holiday, who I have been running a spa home business with using the Businesses and Hobbies pack. I have so many ideas for new spa money-making schemes, like adding goat yoga, dubiously scented candles, and mysterious wellness juices to add to the crystal and hallucinogenic frogs that we're already flogging. And literally this week I added Jade Sycamore to the neighborhood, with her being the first generation of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge, which Lil Simsy announced literally within the last few days, and I've already been having so much fun with this household. Now, the one thing I realized pretty quickly when playing this way, especially again with multiple households with long-term goals, is that it's far too easy to lose track of everything. This is because, again, all of my Sims have got different goals, active relationships, skills, careers, etc. If you've ever opened up your game and just sat there thinking, what was I even doing with this Sim? I think that you'll know what I mean. And that's exactly why I created a save file tracker in Notion. This has been helping me stay on top of every Sim's story, goals, relationships, and even gameplay ideas that I want to try out later. And honestly, it's completely changed how intentional professional and immersive my gameplay feels. If you don't know what Notion is, it's a completely free productivity tool which is super customizable and lets you organize basically anything that you can imagine. Over the past 5 years, I've used it to organize my university notes, stuff on my YouTube channel, and even my weekly meal plans. So my Sims 4 Notion save file tracker is called SavePal, and you can find it at the link in my description. And now I'm actually gonna pull it up and give you a little live tour. All right, everyone, so welcome into SavePal. As you can see, we're on my personal dashboard just here, and I've got all of my currently active households stored in down here. So as you can see, we've got my Sycamore household, which is for the Very Veggie Legacy, which we started on stream this week, which is really fun. And so the whole save tracker and like the household and like sim storage area, I guess you could say, is the main part of SavePal, 100%. And so if you actually click into this page here from the main dashboard, then you can see that I've added a bunch of tips and tricks for how to like add new sims into the tracker, how to move households or sims between households rather, how to add extra filters. So right now you'll only have the like two, so you'll have the list view or the table view rather just here, which is I think's easiest for adding in new households and sims by the little toggles. But you've also got the household gallery, which will house all of your households and sims, and then you can also filter by world, but because all of my sims are currently in the same world, they're all just down here. So yeah, I've tried to make it as beginner friendly as possible, just if you've never used Notion before. But if we actually head up to the version of SavePal that you'll get if you pick it up yourself, this is what it will look like as soon as you download it. And if you've never added a Notion template to your own Notion account, don't worry. When you pick it up on my Etsy, you'll get sent a PDF and that will have a link to the template and quite like straightforward step-by-step actions to be able to get it into your own Notion account. So all of that is to say, if you come into the little like example household that I've got set up in here, which is Burt Pancakes from my own Forever World, you'll see that I have like already made you guys these like household templates as well as templates for each individual sim. You don't have to use these, but I think that they're a nice starting point. So again, I've left all of these little like notes in here, which you can follow or delete or whatever you want to do. It was just sort of to kind of signpost this is what this section was intended for, if that makes sense. So there's spaces for like your household notes, your like family bio, like a storage area for every sim that passes through your household over time. Like I think that this would be a really good place to keep track of pets as well if you like to play with pets in your game. And then I think most importantly as a goal setting girly is the household goals section. You will notice that there is also a goals tab like in the individual sim panel, and so you can kind of decide which version you want to go for, or you can kind of add your goals into both. As you can see, I've kind of just copy and pasted my ones in here just for now. Because Bert is the only member of the family. So right now they are kind of synonymous, but that will change as you play with, you know, families or just generally more sims in the same household. So what else have we got here in the household panel? So if you do like to play with bigger families, and especially like legacy households, then you've got this space here to do a little bit of planning for your next generations. And I think that one of my favorite parts of SavePal is the fact that in both the household templates and individual sim templates, you're gonna find these progress journal sections. And this basically, as the tip says, is it helps you keep track of your progress that you make either with individual sims or your households. I would say stick to using maybe one or the other, just so that you're not having to kind of like fill everything in twice. I feel like as with the goals sections, it's kind of synonymous if you're playing with one individual sim in a household, but when you eventually start having multiple sims in the same household, I think that this section will be most useful to you. And all you do basically is you click this button and it will generate this like little list of like a place to add the date in, and then the kind of main things that you got up to in a play session. So it could be stuff like how much money you were making, skills you gained, you know, relationships that you built, and even the drama and like story aspects. But also you've then got your goals for your next play session and stuff that you want to focus on. And this was inspired by a video called How to Get Back into Games According to Science by a creator called Mark Maxwell here on YouTube. I've talked about it in another video before because it's just that good. But he takes a scientific approach to kind of unpicking how you can, as the title says, get back into a game. And I think that it's so helpful, especially if you're kind of rotating between different households. Maybe you hyper focus on one for like a month or something, and then you have to take a month off from the game, and then you come back to your forever world and you're like, oh wait, I actually, you know, want to get back into this other household, but I can't remember what I was doing. So that is the whole like ideology, or like rationale rather, behind the progress journal section. So yeah, that is the household tracker just there. The sim tracker is fairly similar. I think that one of the more unique features of the sim tracker though is the character creation sheet. And again, just like with the journal, you press this button and then you'll get a set of toggles appear. And so I have, in the example that you'll get, already filled these in, and it's kind of following a 3-step framework that I've talked about in some of my videos before, but it's all surrounding how to just come up with really compelling sims so that then when you get into gameplay, you just feel really connected to your characters. And filling these out is optional, but I think that it's just a fun thing to do to try and like get excited about your gameplay. But then you've also got stuff like your Sims profile, so everything to do with their traits and stuff like that. Again, their goals, any notes that you've got, their like prominent relationships, and again, your progress journal. And the beauty of SavePal is that it's so customizable. So if you love taking screenshots in your game, in the profile section, you could make like an extra little section down here, which is to kind of store like the pictures that you take and stuff like that. So there's so much room for customization and all of that good stuff. But so that is the main save tracker. But SavePal does come with a few extra little cute things. So if you've watched this far in the video and you do want to set up your own forever world, then SavePal comes with a little handy dandy checklist of things that you might want to get started with. It also has a mods and CC bin if you're a PC player and you want to keep track of all of your favorite mods and stuff like that. You know, the game updates so often that it's handy to just have all of your links and everything stored in the one place. You've also got a never done before list, which I find helpful to note down all the little things that I've just never done in the game that I eventually want to do, so that then if you are ever kind of in a place where you just don't know what to do in the game, you can come here. And this page actually connects well to the Gameplay Ideas Hub, which holds 50 ideas for what to do in your game, broken down by what packs that you'll need. And I've tried to get a good mix of ones that require quite a few packs versus just the base game, or kind of like a smattering of whatever packs you've already got. And each of these pages, or each of these ideas rather, has a corresponding page, which has like a little description of what you might want to do with like the idea, I guess. So that's SavePal. Again, it's so super customizable. So if you decided that you know, wanted to customize this to obviously fit your own Sims, you can come up here and hit the change cover button and add in like your own screenshot of your household. Or I've gone for houses just because, well, I've got a lighting mod in my game right now and it just makes all of my whole world just like beautiful. But also, as you can see, I've like added in these little edited pictures of my Sims. I made these and I have like added this in as a note a couple of places in SavePal, I'm pretty sure. I took a screenshot of Bert just here in Cass and then took it into Canva, removed the background. You can also do that using free software that's just on the internet. You don't need to pay for Canva, I know I don't. And then I just used Canva to add in this like background color, which like corresponded with him. And yeah, that is about everything for SavePal. Again, it has been so instrumental in just helping me fall in love with my game, and I am gonna stop prattling on now and hand you back over to voiceover Yasmin. Okay, so now that you've had a little nosy around SavePal with me, I hope that this has shown you just how useful this tool can be in helping you generate just such intentional and compelling gameplay in your own saves, whether you're creating a forever world like I have, or it's also super useful to just track multiple different save files. You can do that really easily if you do pick it up by just duplicating the template into your own Notion account as many times as you need it. But other than that, I hope that this video has given you some inspiration to try out the Forever World playstyle, and if you're ready to inject some cozy and cute organization into your gameplay, remember that SavePal is linked below to help you out. I've just extended my launch sale until Wednesday the 14th of May, so if you've been thinking about giving it a try, now's the perfect time to grab it at a discount. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more content just like this, and let me know in the comments if you've started your own Forever World, and if so, how's it going, because I would love to hear from you. If you want to see more from my Forever World, one of my long plays is linked on the screen just now, but other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.